Our video for today is about advanced if function. From our previous video, we learned about the basic function of if. In this example, kapag ang grade is more than 75, it's passing. If it's not, then failing. And ang formula for that is if score is greater than or equal to 75, then add a remark, pass. Pag hindi, fail. Now, what if we wanted to add different remarks according to the range of grades? This is where advanced if function comes in. In this example, gumawa tayo ng range, ng grade, and then what will be the remarks within those ranges. Advanced if function is basically using different functions on the different part of if. In if function, remember that for the logical test, for this one, for the logical test, we need to come up with an argument or statement that will result to the answer true or false. And this is where mostly advanced function focuses on. For this video, the examples that we will be using are functions and, or, the nested if, and ifs. And I'll explain later what are those. For this example, we want to identify if yung grade is in the perfect range, and second, if siya ba yung highest. And for that, we will be using AND function. Our formula will be if and yung score equals, since we want to get the highest grade, is max and within the grade range. Second test natin is if yung grade is equals to perfect. So we will be using XLOOKUP. Grade. Ang lookup array niya is, of course, yung score ranges. Ang return array is yung remarks. Value not found, we can leave that. Match mode is, since this is a range, we will use -1, exact match, or next smaller item. And we can close that. Equals perfect. So ayan na yung argument natin or yung logical test natin. Now, ang value kapag false, kapag true, is first honor. Ang value kapag false is yung remarks lang niya. So, kunin lang natin itong XLOOKUP. And close natin yung formula. Enter. And copy. So, nakalimutan kong absolute itong reference na to. Sorry about that. And there you go. Our second example is we want to identify kung sino yung kailangang kausapin ni teacher. And who are those? Those who are failing and those who needs improvement. And we will be using OR function. And ang formula natin dyan is if or D2, yung remarks, is equals to needs improvement. or D2 is equals to fail. Meaning, either dun sa dalawa, magiging true yung statement niya. So that's our logical test. Value, kapag true, is need to talk. False is passing or pass. There you go. So now we identify that student 4 and student 10 need to talk to the teacher. Now, third example is nested if. So, paano kung wala kang range, pero gusto mo pa rin gumawa ng different remarks depending dun sa grade? So, we will use nested if. Ang formula niya is if score is greater than or equal to 97, kasi yun yung pinaka-highest natin, the remarks will be perfect. Now, value of false is gagawa ulit tayo ng bagong if. So, kakopy lang natin to. Since same lang din naman yung argument, magbabago lang yung remarks and yung grade. So, value niya false. I want to re-evaluate yung score. So, if B3 is greater than or equal to 90, and the remarks will be great. Value niya false is another if. So, here, ang value naman na hinahanap natin is greater than or equal to 80. And the remark for that is good. Value of false again is another if. So ito is 75. And ang remark niya is needs improvement. And since last range natin yung 74, ayun na yung magiging value of false natin, which is fail. And if you notice, pag may mga text na part, we need to enclose it with a quotation mark, or else ititreat siya ni Excel as part of the function. And second reminder with nested if, kung ano yung pinakaunang argument, ayun yung always na susundin ni Excel. So in situations wherein may dalawang argument dito na magre-result into true statement, ang bibigay niya na result is always yung nasa kaliwa, yung pinaka nasa kaliwa. Okay. So enter. Kulang ako ng close parenthesis. Okay. And there you go. Now, ifs function is, as the name implies, madaming if. The downside of ifs function, you need to identify all possible scenarios dahil walang false statement sa ifs. And to help you, one of the tips that I can provide as well when working with advanced functions is use yung function helper. Paano gawin yon? So, type ka lang nung formula mo or nung function na gusto mo, equals ifs, and then click mo tong fx. And then, this box will come in. So, dito pwede ka nang mag-type ng mga formula mo, and before mo pa man siya i-enter, magpo-provide na si Excel ng result. So, in that way, you will know if tama ba yung formula mo or hindi. So again, for ifs, there's no false statement. So meron lang tayo is logical test and then value if true. So sa if statement natin, what will happen is that yung grade is greater than or equal to 97 and ang value natin is perfect. And as you can see, sinasabi na agad ni Excel na false yung logical test 1 mo, meaning wala siya dun sa category na yan. So copy lang natin to since yung grade lang naman yung basis. So logical test number 2, if yung score is greater than or equal to 90. And again, that's false. And if that's true, ang remark natin is great. Third test is 80. And as you can see, it's now telling you na this logical test is true. Ito yung lalabas na value sa'yo. So yung value if true natin dyan is good. And there you go, yung formula result niya is good. So again, hindi pa tayo tapos because we need to cover 2 more logical tests. So B3 is greater than or equal to 75. And ang value niya is needs improvement. And as you can see here, true din yung naging statement na to, yung logical test. But as I mentioned, ang si Excel ang gagawin niya is kung ano yung nauna, ano yung nasa left side ng function mo, ayun yung susundin niya. Okay. Now, last logical test is if B3 is less than 75. And ang value niya doon is fail. Again, before mo pa man ma-enter yung formula, alam mo na yung result. And kapag meron kang result na nakukuha dito, that means that your formula is actually correct or is working. So hit mo lang yung okay, and there you go. And then you just copy the formula, and there you go. So that's it for advanced if function. If meron kayong question, comment lang. Please follow and subscribe.